YouTube, what is good, my people? Welcome back to another video. Season 5 is officially here. And with that being said, there has been Season 5's Field Pass players actually added to the game. And in this video today, we're going to be going over what I think are the best. We're going to rank them in order of what the best Season 5 Field Pass cards are. Now, at the end of the day, this is completely my list, and I'm not really taking into account whether you guys have positional needs or not. So if the number one thing I would recommend to you guys before we get into anything else, if you have a position of need, that should be the number one card that you should get no matter what. And I do think too, depending on what theme team you run, you know, if these players do fit your theme teams, I definitely think, you know, you guys' list would change differently. So if you guys are running theme teams and the card fits your theme team, I definitely think that does make that card a little bit more important to you. And as it stands right now, you can only get these cards up to a 94. So that is what this list is taking into account, the fact that we can only get to 94. We're not going to be able to get to 96s until much later in the season when 96s are actually obtainable. And if it's anything like Season 4, we didn't get 94 overall tokens until the very last week. So gotta take a grain of salt when looking at these cards, but again, we're gonna look at them from the standpoint of them being 94 overall. Now, if this video does help you out in any way, shape, or form, like I always tell you guys, make sure you get that like button. If you are entertained as well, hit that like button, subscribe, let me know down in the comments what other type of videos you guys want to see on the channel, and let's go ahead and get into what I think are the best Season 5 cards. So coming in at very last on our list at number 5, we've got Julian Edelman. This card, even at the 96 overall, is not even that good. I'm just going to keep it a stack with you guys. This card is already, we just take a look over here real quick. 5'10". He's 5'10". We just got a free 6'3" Julio Jones with 95 base speed. This card only gets 92 speed. Of course, this card is going to be a really good route runner and everything like that. He does get, if you take a look over here really quickly, if we go to his abilities, he does get route tech. But route tech for 4 AP, you're not doing that. You're going to put that on your quarterback. So even with that, this card is really not that good, even at a maxed out overall. But again, we're focusing on that 94. He's just by far the worst card. Small receiver, slow. I can't really recommend anybody go get this card. So coming in here at number 4, we've got Drew Brees. This card is really slow. So if you guys are more of a pocket passer, I mean, this might be the guy for you, but I at least want my quarterback to at least have some running ability. Really good throwing stats though. If you just guys take a look here, 93 throw power, 93 short, 93 medium, 89 deep. So he almost gets that 90 threshold. You guys can put a +1 on there for him to hit that extra threshold if you want. But the thing that's holding him back is going to be his speed. So let's just take a quick look at his abilities as well. He gets the inside deadeye at 1, but again, we're not going to get that probably till the end of the season or close to the end of this season. He does get master tack, but again, if we don't get an AP update this season, I don't really think it makes sense to run master tack when you need to run an ability like gunslinger, like probably a lofting deadeye and a gift wrap. That's probably the ability stack I would put on this card, and then you can like choose your X factor from there. Master tack just doesn't fit in there right now unless we get an AP boost. And that, my friends, is why I've got Drew Brees at number 4. Coming in at number 3, we've got Charles Haley. So I was going back and forth between this card and Charles Woodson. So that's just going to let you know that Charles Woodson is number 2. But we're focusing here on Charles Haley, the third best card in my opinion. 90 speed, 93 excel. Just off the bat right there, really good, just solid pass rushing stats. 88 finesse move, 92 power move. Really good. Obviously, he's gonna have good tackling stats as well. This guy is not a coverage linebacker. He's not really that sort of blend where you can put him in coverage. You can also have him rush the passer. I would put him a lot higher if that was the case. But just the pure standpoint of a pass rusher, this is a really good free pass rusher. And again, if we just take a look at the abilities just coming down here, he does get the inside stuff and no outsiders for 2 AP. So that is definitely worthwhile. You know, potentially putting on. You could also do double or nothing. I think that is kind of high for double or nothing, but you know, nonetheless, I do think, you know, this is still a really good card, but because again, he doesn't have that like coverage ability, I'm not gonna put him as high. Coming in at number 2, I've got Charles Woodson. I think this is a very serviceable cornerback, and I actually do think he actually is pretty good, honestly. The fact that he's free, I think this is probably one of the best free cornerbacks outside of the Lamar Jackson to get. 6'1", 93 speed, 94 excel, 92 change of direction, 91 man. Again, he doesn't hit 90 zone, but you can boost this up with a strat card if you want. So he's going to hit all these thresholds. And honestly, 75 tackling and almost 85 hit power is actually really good for a cornerback, which is why I have him up this high. And as well, he does get mid zone for one, but again, we're not going to get that later down the line. That is going to be pretty enticing when he does come out, but again, he's not going to be able to have that. But you can put deep out zone on him, you can put flat zone. Again, they're not going to be discounted, but you know, these abilities are really good. He's got all the abilities that you want out of a cornerback, and I mean, at that point, at that rate, right, he's just gonna be good enough to be a good cornerback. Again, he's not the best. I'm not saying he's the best cornerback, but he is really good for a free cornerback. And now, number one, I think this is the best season 4 card. I know this is pretty boring to hear, but we're gonna go Joe Thuney, man. This Joe Thuney card is really, really solid, really good run blocking stats, really good pass blocking stats across the board. There aren't any holes in this card, if I'm being honest. Obviously, you know, again, it is an old lineman, so it is a little bit boring, but I do think this is the best card for you guys to go ahead and go get. I do think O-line is important. Obviously, you don't want to spend too many coins on your offensive line, so I do think it is well worthwhile to go ahead and lock down your guard position. You could put him at right guard or left guard, depending on what you guys want to do. Again, it just depends on your positional needs, like I said at the beginning of the video. But I do think this is the card that is going to have the most longevity out of all of them, because I think this card can just hang enough with all of the other pass rushers. Going to be able to hold up, be able to block for you as best as possible for 100% free. We're not going to really take a look at his abilities. His abilities doesn't really matter right now, because again, AP is pretty, the AP count is pretty low, so I don't really want to take into account his abilities. But again, just from the standpoint of his pass blocking stats, just really, really solid across the board. Pretty much 90s across the board. What more can you ask for out of an offensive lineman? Again, I know that's like kind of the boring answer, but I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. This is the best card out of the drop. So that is gonna wrap it up for today's video, you guys. Appreciate all the love on the channel. Hopefully this did help you guys out. Let me know how you would change the list. If you would change this list, if you guys value, you know, some more players as well. Obviously, again, it's gonna depend on your positional needs. So again, this is not taking into account of that. You guys got to make the decision on your own. This is just my list, just from the standpoint of just the cards in general. And again, if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, and we will see you guys tomorrow in tomorrow's video. Love y'all, man. Peace.